All right, hey team, Gabe Ross here, direct to Griff Martin. We're going to start our building muscle call today, and so we're going to talk through a few things when it comes to hiring and recruiting. But the first thing I want to talk about is not necessarily the specific tools and resources you're going to use. Those will come later, but because Symmetry is and Quility is really a more of a self leadership development company, and we just happen to sell insurance and retirement products. That's where I want to focus because there's four things that you really are selling when you are talking about hiring and recruiting. First and foremost, you are selling yourself. I know that sounds weird or funny, but people only want to follow people they trust and believe in. And so you have to be a confident leader in who you are, which means you have to grow personally in your leadership assets and skills and personality and character and development. And then you also have to learn how to lead other people too. So I'm going to show you a couple things. We're going to talk about a few ways you can grow in that area. The second thing that you're going to sell is culture, because anybody can go get their life insurance license. Anybody can go get a higher comp from somewhere else. Anybody can get good leads, digital leads, mail-in leads, but not everybody has the culture we have here at Symmetry and Quility. And so I think we have to immerse ourselves in the culture to know actually what we have here, that it is about helping people grow in their personal development and leadership abilities, not just making money. And so I think we have to learn how to sell that culture. And I don't mean pushing on and pressing on when I'm using sell. You could replace that word with present. We're presenting a culture that's different than other places. And then along with that comes the third thing, that you're selling or presenting the opportunity for a system. We have a system in place at Symmetry that is always evolving, always growing, introducing new things, but it's a plan and a path that people can follow consistently to produce the results that have been produced by other people. The fourth thing that you're selling is the opportunity to the person. How can they be involved in what we're doing here at Symmetry? And that's what they really want to know. But they're going to follow somebody, just like with sales. Some people are going to buy. They might just not buy from you. And that might be a you problem, not a them problem or a product or a timing problem. So they're wanting to be a part. They're looking for a place to have an opportunity to grow their business, to make money, and to grow themselves. So those are, I think, are the four main things that we're selling. We're selling ourselves. We're selling the culture that we have here at Symmetry. We're selling the system that is in place. And then we're selling the opportunity for them to be a part of what we do here. Okay. So how do we do that? How do we prepare ourselves to lead? How do we prepare ourselves to share the culture? How do we prepare ourselves to talk about the system? Well, the first thing you and I have to do is we have to understand who we are. We have to understand our voice. We have to understand our leadership style. So the whole phrase of know yourself to lead yourself. So you have to know your consequences, your tendencies, your reality, your patterns, your behavior, your actions, your voice. You have to understand all those things about who you are. That's just having good self-awareness. And a lot of times we struggle with self-awareness. And so we recommend the Five Voices book here at Symmetry, because it's going to help you understand a little bit more about exactly that, exactly who you are. So you can go to our team website, hfglifeteam.com, and you can see a couple of books that I've listed here. Five Voices is in the second row on the left-hand side. It's going to tell you what voice you have, how you typically speak, not just in words audibly, but how you lead, what your leadership style is, what your personality style is as well. So highly encourage you to start to understand, have some self-awareness as to who you are, what your leadership style is. So it's important, if you're going to sell yourself and you're going to sell the culture and you're going to sell the system that we have here, that you know yourself, you know who you are, because people want to follow a good leader and somebody that they can trust. Okay. So the second thing, if you're going to sell our culture, you have to know a few things about who we are at Symmetry. So you have to know the four cornerstones, the four things that we really base our personal development and business entity upon. So that's belief, commitment to ongoing self-improvement, massive action, constant correction, and associating with the right people. So you have to know those four things. They have to not just be in your mind, they have to be ingrained. They have to be something that you are living out and believing, something that's a part of your daily life and your business and daily life in general. You have to believe in yourself, believe in the service you're providing and the system that we offer. And then you have to have this commitment to ongoing self-improvement. You've got to be developing yourself to grow as a leader, so that other people want to follow you. And then one of the things that we do here, our culture, is we have massive action, constant correction. The one thing about Symmetry that's different than other places, it's found in the name Symmetry, is we really want to have balance, work-life balance, and this congruency between who we are at work and who we are at home, and the time and the energy we have and use all in the different areas of our life. And so we are people who really put a lot of effort into what we do, but we're also correcting ourselves along the way. It's that, let me do something and then let me ask for help. Let me get feedback. We're honest with each other about how we're growing and who we are and what we're doing, so that we can be better at what we've done in the past, so that we can be better at what we're going to do in the future. Then the fourth cornerstone is associating with the right people. There's the whole phrase of, show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you your future. It's true. Whoever you hang out with, that's who you become, that you become the average of those people. So getting around other people who are doing what you want to be doing is hugely important. We offer that through our online meetings, through Zoom. We do that through regional conferences, national conference, incentive and bonus trips, being around people to rub shoulders with them and let them rub off on you. Because one of the things that we all fall guilty of is we want to do what other people are doing. We see somebody on the leaderboard and we want to go, I want to write 10,000 a week. But the question we should be asking is, I want to know what they know. I want to think how they think, which leads to asking questions. And you ask questions of people only when you're able to be around them and have association and relationship with them. So I would say find a way to get with people or watch people from a distance who are ahead of you, who are doing things you would like to be doing, and start asking the questions. How do I start to think like they think? How do I start to have activity like they have? Instead of, hey, I want to write 10,000 like you. Back it up a few steps and say, what do you do here? What do you do here? What do you do here? I want to start to think like you think. Okay. And along with our 4 cornerstones, one of the other things that you have to know is you have to know our core values. Now there's 8 of those, and that's harder to really memorize those and embody those, but you have to be aware of them and keep them in front of you. Relationships matter. People come first. We care about people. Relentless pursuit of personal growth. We talked about that earlier. Open, honest, and productive communication. That goes with the constant correction. We do the right thing even when no one is looking. That's huge. That's character. That's longevity. That's something that's going to last in this business. We work as a true team and strive to be a positive influence. That's what we want to do, is make a difference in our community and in our world. We act like owners because we own it, which means it's your business. There's nobody that's going to do it for you. You have a great team of people who are going to support you, help you, and that's what you've got to pass along to your future agents as well, that this is your business, but I'm here to help you. You own your own business. Being of good service and doing good in the world. And then one of our favorites, we have fun and get stuff done. So those are some things that you have to know and embody. And you say, why are you talking about this when we're talking about recruiting and hiring? Again, you're selling yourself, you're selling the culture, and you're selling the system, and then the opportunity for them to be a part of that. So you have to know those things. You have to know yourself. You have to grow as a leader. You have to know what our culture is and our system is, so that you can pass that along. It's not, oh, well, let me go look that up. Let me go find out what our values are or what our beliefs are. You have to start to live those out, because that's what people are going to be catching in interviews. They're going to hear that. They're going to feel that, even if it's over the phone or via Zoom. They're going to feel your belief in the culture and the system, not just, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing for now, but I'm here because I believe in this place. I believe in what we're doing. So you have to know those things to be able to pass that along to other people. They'll catch that passion. They'll feel that. That'll be the thing that drives them to want to be a part of what we have to offer. The other thing that you have to know, as I mentioned, is how the system works. So you need to have the corporate overview in front of you and look at it from time to time. You've got to walk through this and understand why people need symmetry, who we are, how we've done in business in the past, some of the leaders that we have, what opportunities are here for people, what we do as a company, the carriers that we offer, and how people can find their own opportunity in this. How can I be involved and how can I grow in this company? Well, here are a couple of things that talk about it, how you can be a part of the growth that we have here and part of the system that is available here. So that's what I want you to do is I want you to find that corporate overview. I want you to look at it, walk through it. How can people make money here at Symmetry? What does that look like? How many leads do they need to purchase? What kind of dials do they need to do? And what does their weekly activity need to be? What is the compensation level? How can people get promoted? Because at Symmetry, we've got the slingshot with the s'mores bonus, which means people can advance quickly every month early on, and every 2 months after that, they can advance and increase their compensation level, and they can grow their team and they can get bonuses. So this is another way. If you don't know how Symmetry works, if you don't know how the culture works, then you just can't be able to, you can't have the ability to pass that along to other people. Okay. So those are some of the things that I think when we start building, we talk about recruiting, those are the things that we have to know. We have to really embody and have to understand. So again, go back and pull up the corporate overview. I'll post it in our group and our team, but go grab the corporate overview so you can see really what it takes to be successful in this business and how you can grow with this company. All the bonuses listed here, all the bonus programs, but you don't have to know how every one of them works. You just have to know which ones are available, how people can qualify for bonuses, incentives, trips. Again, there's our core values listed here. I would say this needs to be your handbook when you're starting to prepare to hire other people, because you need to know what we have here and the opportunity and the culture and the system. Okay, so those are some of the things that I wanted to talk through today before we get into the specifics and the details of hiring. One of the other things that you need to know as well is, what do I do when I bring on an agent? Okay, so I'm going to show you just a very brief document of what that looks like. We're going to work on this to improve this, to make this a little bit better. We'll put it on the team website as well in a different form and fashion. But part of knowing the system is knowing when I recruit someone and they say yes to the opportunity, what is my next step? What is their next step? What should we do next? What's the next thing we should be working on? And so we'll post this. We've got a few steps here that people will follow to help them progress through the process, because it takes 4 to 8 weeks for somebody who's unlicensed, and it's easy for them to get discouraged or get impatient. But if we break it all out in small steps that they can digest and explain it up front to them, hey, this is going to take a little time, but we're going to learn bits and pieces along the way so that when everything is in place, you're ready to start making money. And so that's another thing that you need to know, and we need to train you on, is what are the steps to help somebody go from unlicensed or licensed to being fully contracted with leads ready to dial and set appointments and write some business. Okay, so those are some things. I know we didn't talk specifically about, what do I do? Where do I post ads? What does the copy of the ad look like? How much money should I spend on ads? We didn't talk about that today because, again, first and foremost, you're selling yourself, you're selling the culture, you're selling the system, and then you're selling the opportunity. You have to know those things foundationally and in your core before you start posting ads and finding people to come alongside of you. And sure, you can do it that way, but you're going to find this inconsistency. You're going to struggle with helping people be successful, which means you're going to have almost as many people going out the back door as you have coming in the front door.